do not want to get married. Don't get me wrong, marriage can be amazing for mutual support, raising kids, and creating a family. I'm not against marriage as an institution yet. For myself, I feel like a life partner is more than enough. I don't need papers or documents to prove my love or their love. It's actually even better because if we keep choosing each other after many, many years, that means the love is enough.
I'm at the age where everybody is getting married, everybody is getting engaged, people are popping out babies like no tomorrow. And like maybe I need to start sitting down with these people and like asking some really hard-hitting questions. And I'm so afraid of marriage and having kids. And it's not because I don't think that I have what it takes. I'm so afraid of never being selfish for the rest of my life. And I'm so sad seeing my friends who are moms and then hearing other relatives in my family say things like, you can't do stuff like that, you're a mom now. And it's like, dad is right there and he has not changed his life at all from the moment he conceived this child to the child now being 4 years old. And even being a wife, I feel like there is so much sacrifice that goes into being a wife and maybe not so much into being a husband, especially because so many men are walking into these relationships thinking that now that they have a wife, they have someone who's going to pick up after them, somebody who is going to do all their laundry and cook all the meals. And I have like this fear that I'm going to be like, I'm going to want to stay home. I'm going to want to take care of my household and I'm going to want to raise my children by myself instead of having to work 40 hours a week. And I'm so scared that if I do that, a man is going to one day be able to look at me and be like, you were able to do that because of me. My career allowed you to have this type of lifestyle. And that chills me to the bone because as someone who is working right now, yes, I still live at home, but I have lived by myself. And like, do you know how many things I could accomplish in a day if my laundry was always done for me? If I didn't have to think about what was going to be for dinner because I knew it would be on the table waiting for me? Do you know how successful I would be? Do you know how many ideas I would have and how much energy I would have for the things that I'm passionate about? And even just like grocery shopping these days, like I'm doing groceries for like a little 1-2 snack and every single time it's coming up to over $100. You cannot tell me that marriage is not also an economic proposition and also not something that we have to do almost. If you want to be a homeowner, if you want to have a sustainable life, marriage is a really good looking option. And even if you have the best partner in the world who is a man, you're going to end up 9 times out of 10 being the default parent anyways. The parent that the child wants whenever they're sick. The child is going to gravitate towards you because that's just a natural, normal ass thing. And I love that I'm alive during this time where we're having conversations about the realities of marriage and the realities of parenthood. And I love that the pressure is so much less than it was 10, 20 years ago, but that it's still present. It's honestly so much to think about. And it's like, is it worth it? Are these things that I really want? Is this something that I really have to do? Or can I live a fun and exciting life without it?
Question I get asked a lot is, why don't you want to get married? Or why are you so against marriage? There's 2 questions there. One, I decided a long time ago that I am not going to wait and put my life on hold whilst I find a partner, whilst I wait for someone to come and love me. I'm not going to do that. I am going to focus on the love that I have for myself and continue to build that for the rest of my life. The relationship with myself is the most important relationship I will ever have and you will ever have. So I decided to not base my whole identity and my whole purpose as a woman around babies and marriage. It's not something that I want to base my whole value around. Women are sold the idea by the patriarchy that a woman's value is purely based on whether she has children and whether a man wants to marry her or whether she is going to get married. So by me just removing all of that, it just takes so much pressure off me. It really, truly does. And then now with so many studies coming out, proven statistically that single, unmarried, child-free women are the happiest subgroup of people. It literally has the patriarchy on its knees by proving this. Now, another question is like, well, what about a partner? You want to be single forever? if I was single forever and this was my life the way it is, the life that I've built is more than enough for me. It is wonderful. You guys, like, I've spent years building a life where I get to travel when I want, I get to do what I want with whoever I want, and I love my life. So the life that I've built by myself is enough for me. It always will be. And if someone came along and it added to that in a wonderful soul love way, who knows? But I am not going to base my whole identity, purpose and value around being married and whether a man loves me, because I love myself enough. There's no void there for anyone to complete.
Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about why women, they don't want to get married. Okay, so they're telling us why, the reasons why they're not getting married, and I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. And I'm just here also to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Why are women not interested in getting married anymore? If you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So in today's video, I just want to give this what I think. So for centuries, marriage was seen as the ultimate goal for women. It was a pathway to social status, financial security, and even survival. But here's the thing, a lot has changed. Women today have more choices than ever before. They're leading in careers, education, and financial independence. And because of that, marriage is no longer seen as a necessity, and for many women, it's simply not the top priority if once was. One of the biggest reasons women are not rushing down the aisle, it's like before financial independence. Decades ago, women had limited career opportunities and were often expected to depend on a husband for financial security. But now more women are thriving in their careers, building their own businesses and making their own money. They don't feel the need to marry for financial support, and that's a huge shift. They want partnership, not dependency. Another reason is career focus. A lot of women today are focusing on their careers, pushing boundaries and smashing those glass ceilings. And let's be honest, building a career can take a lot of time and energy. Some women prefer to invest their personal growth and success rather than stepping into traditional marriage roles, especially if they feel like it could hold them back. Marriage is not a priority when you are climbing your career ladder and making moves. Then there's the issue of marriage itself. Some women feel that the institution of marriage still is not a fair deal for them. There's a lot of discussion around emotional labor, domestic chores, and the pressure to live up to traditional roles even in modern marriages. Many women fear that once they get married, they end up shouldering the back of the household responsibilities on top of maintaining their career and personal lives. In a lot of cases, marriage can feel more like a burden than partnership. And for many women, that's just not worthy. Society view on marriage are also evolving. In past, marriage was almost a requirement, a milestone that everyone was expected to hit. Today, there's less societal pressure to get married, especially with the rise of cohabitation, long-term relationship, and even choosing to stay single. People are realizing that you can have a happy, fulfilling life without tying a knot. The stigma around being single is fading, and that's giving women more freedom to live on their own terms. Let's not forget about the fear of divorce. With divorce rates still pretty high, many women are conscious about entering marriages that could end in heartbreak, financial strain, or emotional turmoil. They've seen parents, friends, and even themselves go through divorces, and it can make marriage feel like a risky investment. Some women simply don't want to gamble on something that may last, especially when they can enjoy fulfilling relationship without their official forever label. At the end of the day, many women are prioritizing autonomy and freedom over traditional marriage. They want control over their lives, their decisions, and their future. Marriage for some might feel like a limitation, and they are not willing to give up that control for a little or a piece of paper. They're making empowered decisions about what they want out of life, and for some, marriage just doesn't fit into the vision. So there you have it. Women are involving society, and the way we think about marriage is evolving too. It's no longer about following society expectations, it's about living life on your own terms. Whether that's include marriage or not, it's totally up to each individual woman. Okay, so this is all about there was this. So one thing, before you get married to anyone, you have to sit and think, are you going to manage? Are you ready for this? Because maybe you are getting married because your friend got married or what. Because first you have to start from the mentor. Like, are you stable? Are you ready, like, to live with someone? Living with someone, it comes with ups and downs. Okay, it has its ups and downs. There are moments where you'll be happy, the moments you cry, all emotions will be there. So before you get married, make sure you have a partner who understands you. Okay, this is one thing I can tell you: a partner who can understand you, a partner who'll be there for you. So when you're choosing, have the qualities of a person you're looking for. Don't go for anything because no, you're running of time. Because we know people say that when you're 30, you're hitting the wall. No, anytime you can get married, at any age you can get married. There's nothing like you need to rush or what. This is why I always say God's time is the best. Okay, you have to go wait for God's time so that He gives you that person who's going to understand you, a person you are going to work together, and the person who will be there for you. Yeah. So this is what I can say. So guys, I don't know what you think about today's video. What do you think about this topic? Because this topic is broad and it's very important. Why people are deciding not to get married, especially as women now. Why are you don't want to get married? Okay, because I feel like most they feel like they're limited and all that. Yeah. So let's leave comments in the comment section. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.